Hello there and welcome to my guide for painting Master of the Universe Battleground Wave 7, that's the She-Ra box, and it includes She-Ra, Bow, Castaspella, and the second part of the Magic Forest, that's C and D. And as you can see, the very first thing I've done is sprayed them all up with some matte white spray from Colourforge. So starting on any blue, that's the trousers of Bow and the leggings and top of Castaspella, I'm going to be using some Teclis Grey. I'll then give all that a wash with some Drakenhof Nightshade. While that wash dries, I'll move over to She-Ra, and I'm going to paint all her white sections using some Apothecary White contrast paint. And then while that dries, we'll move over to the Magic Forest and we'll paint any of the grassy sections with some Warpstone Glow. That grass will then get its own wash, and this time we're going to be using some Coelia Greenshade. By now the wash on the trousers will have dried, so I'll start by relayering the Teclis Blue, taking care to avoid any of the recesses. This will be followed by a 50-50 mix of Teclis Blue and Lothern Blue. Then Lothern Blue just by itself, starting to paint in the more predominant areas that stick out the most. Then one final highlight of a 50-50 mix of Lothern Blue and matte white, and these are focused squarely on the sharper points and more predominant edges. I'm quickly going to get Bow's belt out of the way by using some Abaddon Black, which I will highlight with a little bit of Corvus Black. To highlight She-Ra's white dress, I'll begin by using a 50-50 mix of Grey Seer and matte white. Then I'll use matte white just by itself for the more sharper edges and closer details. Don't be afraid to go too far in, and make sure your paint is nice and thin so you can get a nice level of shading. Castaspella's got quite a lot of yellow on her. That's her boots, her skirt, and a little bit on her top, and for that I'll be using some Averland Sunset. Then I'm going to paint any gold details. That's generally boots and armor of She-Ra and Bow, and a tiny bit on Castaspella with her bracelets, and of course her spell, and I'll use some Retributor Armour. Then moving on to the skin for Bow, I'll begin with a base coat of Bugmans Glow. Then for She-Ra and Castaspella, I'll begin with some Cadian Fleshtone. Then I'll wash everyone's skin, the gold and the yellow, with some Reikland Fleshshade. While that wash dries, I'm going to go ahead and dry brush the grass with a little bit of Moot Green. Then moving on to the yellow, or moving back to the yellow, I'm first going to relayer the Averland Sunset, taking care to avoid any of the recesses. This will then be followed by a 50-50 mix of Averland Sunset and Yriel Yellow. Then Yriel Yellow just by itself. This one is more of an edge highlight. Lastly, we're going to use a 50-50 mix of Yriel Yellow and Flashgate Yellow just to do one final bit of highlighting. Then before we move over to the skin, I'm going to start painting the eyes. So for that, I'll start with a base coat of Abaddon Black, followed by matte white, and then finally Abaddon Black again for the pupils. The reason why we're doing it now is so if we make any mistakes, it's a lot easier to tidy up. Then starting with Bow and moving on to his flesh, I'm going to use a 50-50 mix of Bugmans Glow and Cadian Fleshtone for the first highlight, making sure we avoid any of those recesses. This will then be followed by Cadian Fleshtone, and we're going to begin the skin on the others as well. Then we're going to use a 50-50 mix of Cadian Fleshtone and Kislev Flesh. And then finally, Kislev Flesh just by itself on sort of more predominant areas such as fingertips, noses, that sort of area. Just pretty much where the light would catch the most. Moving on to the gold, I'll relayer the Retributor Armour, taking care to avoid any of the recesses. Then I'm going to highlight it using a 50-50 mix of Retributor Armour and Uruk Armour Gold. Then I'll use Yriel Armour Gold just by itself. Then finally, for an edge highlight, I'm going to use a 50-50 mix of Yriel Armour Gold and Stormhost Silver. This is a very, very subtle highlight, and stick to just the edges. Then, staying with the Stormhost Silver, I'm going to paint any silver sections on Bo. That's basically a couple of bits of his armor and a couple of bits of his belt. I'll also use it to paint She-Ra's sword. For the silver on Bo, I'm going to give it a very light wash with some Nuln Oil. But for She-Ra, I'm going to use some Aethermatic Blue to coat her sword. While that dries, we're going to move back to Bo, and we're going to paint the stem of the rose he's holding using some Warpstone Glow. I'll then give that a very light wash using some Coelia Greenshade. Once the wash is dried on the silver, I'm simply going to highlight it by relayering the Stormhost Silver, and it's pretty much just an edge highlight. Then going back to the stem of the flower, I'm going to use a 50-50 mix of Moot Green and Warpstone Glow. I'm then going to move on to painting the cloaks with some Mephiston Red, and I'm also going to use it to paint any gems, and of course the head of the rose that Bo is holding. I'll then wash all of that red with a little bit of Carroburg Crimson. While that wash dries, we'll paint Castaspella's hair using some Mournfang Brown, which we'll highlight by dry brushing on a 50-50 mix of Mournfang Brown and Skrag Brown. Then Skrag Brown just by itself as a second dry brush. Then to give it a little bit of yellowy tinge, I'm going to wash the hair using some Casandora Yellow. Going back to the red, I'll begin by relayering the Mephiston Red, once again taking care to avoid any of those recesses so we can keep all that lovely shading. Also then be followed by a 50-50 mix of Mephiston Red and Evil Sun's Scarlet. Then Evil Sun's Scarlet just by itself, and with each highlight we're going to get slowly sort of closer to the peaks and the tips. Then a 50-50 mix of Evil Sun's Scarlet and Wild Rider Red. And then finally Wild Rider Red just by itself at the base of the cloaks, and an edge highlight around the rest. For Bo's hair and his mustache, I'm going to use some Gothor Brown. I'll then wash that using some Army Painter Softtone. Then I'm going to use some Steel Legion Drab to paint the rope that's around his body. And some Zandri Dusk to paint the bowstring. I'll then wash both the Steel Legion Drab and the Zandri Dusk with some Army Painter Softtone. Then for the shafts of the arrows, I'm going to paint those with a little bit of Dryad Bark. And of course I'll keep that Dryad Bark out to paint the logs that are on the magical forest pieces. She-Ra's got a little gem in the center, so I'm going to begin with some Baharroth Blue, which I'm just going to wash using a little bit of Aethermatic Blue. It was at this stage I realized I need to wash those arrow shafts, so for that I'm going to use some Agrax Earthshade. Then to paint She-Ra's hair, I'll start with a base coat of Morghast Bone. And then I'm going to use a little bit of Army Painter Softtone just to give it some shading. That's pretty much the figures done apart from their bases, so I'm going to start working, or go back to the work on the magical forest. I'm going to dry brush on some Gothor Brown onto the logs. Then I'm going to paint those bushes with some Pink Horror, which I'll dry brush using some Fulgrim Pink. For the tips of the plants, I'm going to be using Lothern Blue, which I'm going to very lightly dry brush using some Baharroth Blue. The reason why I'm doing it lightly is because the stems can break if you put too much pressure on. I'll then paint these stems with a little bit of Steel Legion Drab. which I'll wash with some Army Painter Soft Tone. Then for the rocky sections, I'm going to be using some Dawnstone. And for Castaspella's base, as well as some exposed brickwork, I'm going to use the Dawnstone for that too. And I'll highlight that using a little bit of Admin Grey. Then for the rest of the bases, I'm going to be painting that with some Mournfang Brown, which I will be highlighting using some Skrag Brown. Next, I'll tidy up the rims of the bases with some Abaddon Black. This will take a couple of coats because we're painting black onto white. And then I'm going to wash the bases with some watered down Agrax Earthshade. Finally, I'll paint the direction indicators with a little bit of matte white. And with that, that's part 2 of Wave 7 for Masters of the Universe Battleground. Lots of fun painting these miniatures. I was actually surprisingly enjoyed painting the Magical Forest more than I would. And they're super quick to paint as well, only rocking in roughly about the sort of 7-8 hour mark for everything you see here. If you don't have this game, this is the first time you're seeing of it, it is a brilliant game. I 100% recommend it. It is definitely worth the money, and the models are very well made. They're some of the best made models out on the market. If you followed this guide and you found it useful, I really would appreciate a subscribe and a thumbs up. It all helps the channel so I can get more of these videos out there. I'm currently still working through the rest of the Masters of the Universe, what I've got left anyway, so there'll be more soon. Thanks again for watching, and I really do appreciate the subscribes. Bye for now.